All I know is we've been slip sliding away. It's been cold outside. It feels pretty good in here because you came in, you turned on the heater. Very considerate of you.
Got my little space heater going.
Your hair looks like it's in full fledged. I've been in a beanie all day. I like that.
Full mode.
You know what? I'm not even going to let you ride alone on that. Hang on. I'm riding with you. I've had hat head.
You never go without hat.
I got hat head, and I'm going to ride with this. And you know what? I've been sitting at the house for like a week like everyone else, and I've been sitting around thinking to myself, this is sucking. Everything about this whole ice event was fun for like a day and a half. We're not built for this. We're not supposed to be able to do this kind of stuff. I'm not a hibernator. I'm a go-getter, just like everybody else out there that has something in their life. And that's why I decided it's time to brave the elements and get in this studio so you and I can Cannonball! Let's go!
Pent up aggression.
Did you hear me? What's it gonna do? All right. I didn't know if I was too loud or too low. Bam!
Yeah, so
come on.
For those that don't live in the area,
snowpocalypse,
icepocalypse.
Man, killed us, bro.
In the North Mississippi area, especially in Oxford.
Feels so bad for those folks.
The interstate's been closed and open and half open and closed, and people have been stranded on the highway overnight.
Man,
freezing
dude,
weather.
The truckers mother truckers stuck forever.
269 is all screwed up, so.
Crazy.
Things have been canceled. I had the flu last week, so that's why we missed the show.
Yes.
And then it is what it is this week, so.
2026 has been getting in its licks, man. It's been giving us some licks. That's how it works sometimes. But guess what? I know where we are right now. We're down here in SRP Studios LLC.com.
That's right. 2018 Mackinville, Hernando, Mississippi, 38632.
Just in case you want to email us with a mail, actually, in a stamp. And put it on and take it. Don't lick the stamps now. They actually have their own sticky anyways. All right.
Also based in Hernando, motivated with Coach Camp.
Hernando, Mississippi.
That's right.
Let's go.
I'm not going to give your address, even though you did publicly.
I tell people if they want to reach out to me, they come on down and do it.
Do some sledding in your lot in the Ponderosa.
That's right. I did do that.
Man, we have an email, don't we? And didn't get anything over the winter storm here.
Well,
I thought maybe people would be home.
People just quit.
Yeah, but if you're still interested, you can go to
Cannonballing Life at gmail.com.
And Positive Voices on Facebook and Venmo at Motivate with Coach Camp.
Man, that went by so fast I felt like it didn't even happen.
It did go by fast.
Anyways, man.
We'll see how the next 60 minutes go.
It'll go pretty easy. Hey, look, let me ask you something. Are you back? You've got color in your face.
I'm back.
The flu was whooping your tail.
Yeah, it was yes. You know, it wasn't quite like the pneumonia I had last year.
Yeah.
But and so many people were sick. Skylar, my daughter, got the flu, and then I got it. And it ran through the house, the goblins in the lungs, which has been a newer thing for me. You know, now when I get sick, it's all chest, and I get the gargles. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ever get that?
I have had
the breathing.
I actually had some wheezing about a year ago. I had to go get an inhaler, which is out of context for me normally.
So, headache, the achy, just feel miserable. So.
Wish I had the flu this year. I saw her suffering. I put her in a corner, isolated her down really good. A lot of Lysol. Whole wall of Lysol going up, boys, going up. And I said, you know what? I am going to Walgreens and I'm getting a shot. And I went up there and they were like, we're out. We don't have the price. I was like, no, we're going to keep searching. I got my shot, though.
You were proactive.
Well, at that point, I was proactive after I saw the active. So I was like, I don't want that.
Well, between the flu, this cabin fever, and the deep depression, my deep depression that I'm living through, I'm hoping today lifts my spirits up.
Let's get down on the floor right now and do some push-ups.
Push-ups.
Yeah, let's just get that going. Get your blood
push
flowing.
Up. Push it up. Plural.
Oh, just one.
You're asking too much.
We're going to do one. All right. Well, you know what? Exercise is not for everybody. That's a fact. That is a fact. Tell you one thing that has been for everybody at my house. Eating like crap. Holy moly. King cakes flying, ice cream. Get your fly swatter, so sweet girl. You need to lose some weight now because you got all that stuff in your mouth. You've been eating too much. Me too. Sorry.
Me too.
Can you quit slinging that nasty fly swatter around?
I don't have the new sound.
Yeah.
I don't have the new sound on the iPad, and I don't know where it's on the phone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's out there.
No, I'll make sure we get on here.
Get to the point. I'm going to use that at the football games coming up this year.
Get to the point.
I'm going to somehow figure that out.
But yeah, get some winter blues here, Coach.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit, and I didn't say I was going to talk about it on the show, but I want to talk about it on the show because, part of cannonballing.
Yes.
As we try to do on this show is we cannonball by coming on this show and being knuckleheads and trying to make people laugh.
Sure.
We cannonball about, talking about my music stuff or business stuff, you and the speaking and just cannonballing life, getting out there.
All that.
Yeah. Getting after it and taking chances. And also sometimes we talk about real cannonballs that break limbs.
It can happen.
But I think another form of cannonballing is being open and vulnerable.
It is. So it's part of the story.
Yeah, it's important for people to feel comfortable with that. So, depression is something that I've battled all my life. And I think it's DNA. I think it's genetic. It's a big part of my family. A lot of families have
cardiac. Like mine.
Diabetes.
Sure.
Strings of cancer.
I agree with you.
We have alcoholism and bipolarity and mental health. That's
it's the chemicals in the brain.
That's the string in my family, and I got it all, so, but then a lot of times it's circumstantial, it's life events.
Anyone can fall into
trigger it. Anyone can get sad, of course, there's still a stigma when you talk about depression because there's a lot of people out there like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You're just sad. Come on, get over it. Buck up. And there's a level of that sometimes where at times, part of it.
Sometimes you need a kick in the butt.
Sometimes you just need a kick in the butt and just get going. But I'm here to speak for the ones that, that struggle with it for real.
Sure.
Like it's a disease. So, so I've been, man, just battling it for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot longer than I ever talk about. And a lot of it has to do with this stupid business of mine. So, and that's a whole other story. But, there's a crossroad here, and, I don't know what to do as far as this space, the lease is coming up, where to move if I want to move. There's limitations here. So even if I wanted to buck up and I am going full force again and trying to grow this business, we're extremely limited on time here. So then if I really want to grow, can't be here. I got to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Or do I just want to go get a silly day job and be even more miserable? I don't know. But yeah, man, I want to yell and scream and kick and be a victim and point at all the problems, but it is what it is. I just wanted to just say this out loud,
I'm glad you are.
Just kind of.
I think your therapist would say that's healthy.
I just met up with him today.
And did he say that would be healthy?
Yeah. We talked about all kinds of stuff. I've been seeing the same therapist. Probably going on 14 years now. So fortunate to have first time I ever felt like I needed to get some help. And just Googled therapy and DeSoto Family Counseling. DeSoto Family Counseling Center popped up and ended up seeing Anthony Wood. Yeah. But just been with him ever since. And, we have, a friendship too, here. So it's become closer than just patient doctor.
Sure.
Anyways, so we Zoomed today because again, we're frozen.
Icy.
We're frozen in place right now.
Can I use Coach Camp for a minute?
Go.
Is it okay? Coach Camp. Well, it's almost like
Coach Camp it.
Sometimes Clint Clark. What's that guy's name? Who was Superman? Clint Clark. Clark Kent. Clark Kent. He's got too many K's and C's. All right, that guy. He'll just be walking around. He's got sunglasses on, or is he reading glasses? They're probably just fake glasses.
He's Superman. He doesn't need.
I'm acting like I know these comics. I don't know these comics.
He doesn't need eye correction.
Superman is, of course. Yeah, so he didn't need it. So it's part of the disguise.
Yes.
All of a sudden, he goes into a phone booth. People out there that are under the age of 40 don't know what that is. So then all of a sudden, he takes everything off, and then boom, he's Superman. All right. So sometimes I see the moment. I'm like, Coach Camp needs to show up. Let me go get him. But it's me. I'm the same person.
See, my analogy would be the Batman signal.
Oh, the Batman signal goes up.
I like the Batman signal. Yeah, same thing though.
I liked his belt. The
Batman's cool.
He had better belt. He had a lot of belt stuff. We're going to go to a guy that's a real life Batman in a little while, Alex Hanauld. But in the moment, I want to go to Coach Camp for a second.
Okay.
So there's a few things you just hit on that I think are really important that we can go ahead and talk about, even though our audience is different than the Coach Camp stuff. Some of them are obviously the same. One, the idea of a stigma, and I think that's so real because if a person doesn't suffer with something, it's hard for them to wrap their head around something that is a mental health problem. So it's a physical problem. People can see that. You got diabetes, get your blood sugar red, and there's a number, and then they see them sweating, and it's like, oh, it's a very physical thing. We know how to fix this.
There's ways to
do this.
You can check body levels like you can fluids in a car, right?
Sure, absolutely.
You tap your engine into a computer and it tells you all the problems with your car, and we have that too, but not really for the mental side of things.
Not for the mental side of things. And now here's where it goes, where it's a little Coach Campish, and that is being who I am and where I've come from. Obviously, PTSD is a real thing, and people exposed to certain stuff. And obviously, I've talked about some of that stuff with me. Well, and that's the tricky part, is that there's not a Band-Aid effect. Like if you have high blood pressure, you have these meds you can take and these foods you can eat or stay away from, and it adjusts your blood pressure. So it's a very concrete approach. Even though it may be fluid in action, it is a concrete approach. Do this, let's see what it is, let's try these things. When it comes to mental health, man, is that a tricky booger, because obviously everybody's wired different. You know, your blood pressure functions in the same way that my blood pressure would work. Your blood sugar would work in the same way as my blood sugar would work. We have pancreases and there's insulin release, and I'm not going medical. But my point is this. In the PTSD realm, it was so hard for people to start to wrap their head around how is it that one person could be exposed to something and react very differently than another person, and it really be a problem for another person. Well, I think that goes hand in hand with depression and anxiety and all of those things that encompass that mental realm of interpretation and internalization. And that's what we do as humans. As humans, so often we will look at other people and we will say to ourselves, well, they're handling this well, why am I not?
Yeah.
And so now you start to second guess even your own feelings and emotions.
That's where social media can be so dark and damaging.
Yes. So I go down that road to say this. I think that that's where you need the right people in your corner at all times to be able to help you realize that that is still normal. It is a normal, even though you're having an abnormal feeling, you're out of whack, your mind's not in the right place where you want it to be. You got to have those people that not just care about your well-being, but understand where you're coming from.
Sure.
And if you don't have that, man, it can feel really lonely. So that's the message. That's the Coach Camp message to you guys out there. If you feel isolated or all alone, know that there are people that understand where you're coming from. And those are the people that you really need to connect with, because let's just face it, we're wired very different. I don't know if you knew that.
You and I certainly.
We're wired different. We have likenesses in our world.
We are yin to the yang.
But we are wired different. Like tragedy in a lot of ways, not all of them, but a lot of things I find as challenges. Like if something pushes back on me, it makes me want to go 10 times harder, fast back at it. Whatever that thing is in life, whatever that obstacle might be. I'm not to say that I am void of some depression at times or some anxiety at times. Of course, I have those things. But the way that I mitigate it is I want it. I'm like, bring it, mother.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, bring
Watch
it.
Your mouth.
That's what I want, because I'm going to freaking punch you in the face, depression. That's what, give me some of that. That's what I do. That's not everybody.
And that's certainly not me.
That's not everybody. And then whenever I started to do the podcast, or I started speaking more, going to different schools, being a paramedic, man, it was like revealing how it is so difficult for people, myself included, because I consider myself to be pretty versatile. I always call myself what is that?
Unicorn.
Unicorn, for those of you out there that are on just audio only. I am doing the unicorn sign. And that is because I can relate to anybody. Like, I don't ever find myself on a pedestal thinking I'm better than someone else. And I also don't think I'm below anybody else. So I don't care how much success you have. I don't care how many likes you get. I don't care how much money you have, what kind of boat you have. That doesn't matter to me. It's all bull crap in my world. It is, what kind of human are you? And we are the same at all points. So you, Derrick, I just want to point out, because you brought it to light here, you have been down these roads. And there's one thing that I have found after being with you now for years. We've been together for years.
Years, plural.
Like going into the 4th year.
More years than push-ups we're going to do.
Oh, that's probably very accurate. Including me at this point in my life. What is the one thing that gets you somewhat out of this funk? And I'm not just talking about the therapy. I'm certainly not even talking about medicine. But there is a glimmer in your eye when this thing happens. And I've seen it so many times. Let me see. What do you think it is?
Well, I mean, opportunity.
Oh, there it is. You actually are hitting right in it. And that is the opportunity or hope of something better coming. And I have seen you like flip a switch when you get excited about something. Now you have something to realign your focus.
Most recently, the music side of things.
Yes.
But even that turned sour because of the Southland. Again, I don't want to make this a bitch fest.
Oh.
But also, I mean, like I said, I'm here to be vulnerable, transparent, and open.
Sure.
The music thing at the Southland Casino didn't pan out like I was hoping. So, I still have some other great bands. All my other projects are still amazing, and I'm not giving up on music. But one thing that just keeps getting me down is when there is a glimmer of hope on some kind of opportunity. It just seems like it disappears as fast as it shows up. And it's nothing sticking, and it just and it feels like it's been like that for a few years now. I say feels like because with my mindset, it all seems like nothing works out, which isn't true, of course. Yeah, I've been blessed for a lot of other things too that I have to open my eyes to and remind myself of. But yes, and it gets to a point where it's hard to enjoy anything good because it's just going to go away. It's just, my brain has been trained, so I would say your train of thought is probably this is a guess, more in line with the majority of people than my train of thought. That's why I call myself a unicorn in a lot of ways, is because I recognize my approach to issues in life is very different than the average person. Most of the people I know on this earth, most of the people I personally know, it is not, here's the $1. Oh, nope, I'm taking it back. And then you run away and I'm like, most people are like, oh, that hurt my feelings. Me, I'm like, come on. I'm taking that from you now, bro. I'm coming to get it. I used to have fight.
Yeah.
I used to, but I don't anymore.
I think a lot of people get to that point too. Maybe they had it at one point, and then like what you're saying, it just wears you down over time. And that's life. Can I be vulnerable with you?
Of course.
I want to share something.
Cannonballing,
this
dude.
is a cannonball. And don't worry, guys. If this is not as comical as you would like, it is going to get funny in a minute, or at least it's going to be funny to me.
But this is a form of cannonballing.
It is,
people.
Absolutely. It really is. And I think it's helpful. So if you've tuned in and you're like, I thought this was supposed to be a comedy show. I've never seen this. It is going to be all of that you hope for.
It's impossible not to be comedic with Coach.
I would think so, just because that's where I live, right? That's where I live. I always find cynicism in something. It doesn't matter how serious the moment is. And I know that came from my paramedic years. It can be dire situations, and I'm probably going to throw a joke in. My bad. It's not always going to be appropriate either.
It's
dark humor.
Well, yeah, but what does it do? It adds levity.
Yes, I do that. I do that a lot.
Right.
I do that a lot. So here's my vulnerable moment for you.
Okay.
As you have followed the Coach Camp journey, and I've been trying to build this platform of being a motivator and a speaker, and then eventually now this is a podcaster stuff. I'm not completely immune to somebody stepping on my feelings a little bit, because sometimes I fall into that mindset of how I see another person and what I would do for them, knowing my heart, knowing how hard I would work to do something for someone, and then to see it not reciprocated sometimes can be a little bit of a gut punch. And I will share what I'm talking about. So of recent times, trying to think about how do I continue to grow what I have and improve what I have and do it in a way that feels more organic still. Because all the way up to a certain point, I've not really promoted myself a lot. I've not really put it out there, and I've not really tried to sell who I am. It's kind of just come to me. Everything from public speaking events, being paid events, doing keynote speeches at graduations. You've seen it. You've been on the journey with me all the way. More so probably than anyone else in my life. You've seen the process take place. So I think to myself, I know how much I've poured into the society, how many things I do for free, events, etc. So I started actually soliciting, not something Coach Camp usually does, soliciting to people, asking them to become subscribers to my Facebook. 99 cents a month, $12 a year.
Which I am now one.
You are one.
I don't know what took me so long.
Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. The point was, up to that point, up until recently, like within the last 3 weeks, I haven't solicited. I've just let it happen, and I had like 11 subscribers, 12 subscribers. I start looking at everything, and I'm like, all the cost involved to run what I do and do what I do, I could defray some of that from my personal expenses, because everything's been in my pocket, by just building a subscriber base. And I thought to myself, man, if a friend of mine that I know has been grinding away for 5 years was asking me for $1 a month, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I'd give you $50 a month probably, depending on what you got going on, especially if it's worthwhile. So I start sending these messages out. I've sent it out now to several thousand people. Couple thousand, literally a couple thousand people. I've got 65 subscribers.
All right.
Now, the interesting part is some of those subscribers out of the couple thousand that I've sent these messages to are people that don't really know me that well. And that makes me feel humble.
Right.
And I'm very appreciative. So I'm like, you're investing in someone that I don't even know you really. You know, you follow me and this is what you've decided to do. I really appreciate that. The part that was the gut punch, Derrick, was whenever I send these messages to close family, friends I've known for 40 years.
They won't do it.
And their comments are like, no, I'm going to pass. Or, let me look at it when it comes payday. If you are needing payday for $1 a month, I need you to keep your $1 a month. Do not give me the $1 a month. But it shouldn't make me feel any certain way. But it did.
You're human.
Because it made me think,
Absolutely.
man, you totally undervalue everything I've been working on and trying to help other people with. So much so that you're like, no, I'm good on that. $1 a freaking month. You are going to go blow $40 this weekend on Dookie doing nothing. And I'm like, dude, that actually is a very telling spot. So I'm just relating to you.
Well, I mean, I can relate to that with the Rhythm Section podcast. You know, for a hot minute, we had a tip bucket on Patreon. It's $1 a month. And Patreon is like a platform where you can put content behind a paywall. And you could be $5 a month, $10 a month, different tiers, and you get more for the higher amount. And it's good for content creators to monetize what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't get anything extra, but it was like, throw us $1 a month if you're a fan of the show. And when me and Jeff started going out and going to see bands and really networking, man, I mean, we were just getting so much love. And anything we can do to help, you know, the Memphis music community is super supportive, right? And they are. And I'm not picking on anyone here. But when it came time to, hey, well, we could use some support. Help us help you. All musicians, if you love the show and you realize we're here to support you and we're shining a light on you, let's make this full circle. We're just asking for $1 a month. You know,
crickets.
Yeah, you know, and it's frustrating. But then you try to fight that off. Be like, well, you know, come on, be humble. You know, no one owes you anything, Derrick, which is true.
Yeah,
but
same here.
But come on, you know.
It is the perplexing part of like you shouldn't have a emotion toward it, but the backside of you, like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
$1? Bro,
$1 a month.
I'll pull up to a stoplight and give a homeless person coming up to my car $5. I mean, it's like, here, man, it's cool.
Yeah.
It was just hard for me to wrap my head around how some, not all, but some folks, and I'll be honest with you, some of, I mean, these are people that, you know, like close. Like, I don't want to call out like cousin, aunt, uncle thing kind of thing, but I'm just saying like close people that are like not interested.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on?
And what really will drive me nuts, and this is part of me wanting to kick and scream. So this is a little bitch vent fest here. But what I've learned as a business owner is there's definitely situations where people are tight on money. I get it. Sure. I mean, legit reasons where they're like,
yeah, that's not what I'm hitting on here.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
when it's $1 a month, or you're trying to sell a service, or you're trying to get a sponsor that might be $20 a month, whatever it may be, and someone says they can't afford it, really more often than not, without even them realizing it, what they really mean is I don't see the value in what you're pitching.
Oh, that's true. That's 100%.
And that's depressing too.
Yeah.
You know, because you can afford $1 a month. If you can afford one coffee at Starbucks, that covers Coach Camp's subscription for 4 months, 5 months.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That coffee
maybe the whole year.
I value that coffee too. I'm a rube just like everybody else, and I'll spend $5 at Starbucks.
Yeah.
I get it. I've definitely used the excuse, I'm broke right now. I've been, I'm there. But at the end of the day, when it's something I really want and I don't have the money for it, I still am irresponsible and get the thing.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of value in it. So to the entrepreneurs out there, when you hear someone say, it's out of my budget and I just don't have the money for it, more often than not, they do.
Yeah.
It's just you have not triggered the value in that connection where they value what it is. So maybe try to figure out how you can be more valuable.
I want to even take it and go in the other direction now, because that's who I am, Coach Camp. Mm-hmm. And so instead of me focusing on the individuals that I would have bet my life on, I mean, like I would have been everything. I'd be like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to jump on board and help me out. And then they're like crickets on that. I have had some people, some friends that actually sent me back messages and like, hey man, I really love what you're doing. I appreciate what you're bringing to the world. I want to do more. And then they Venmo'd me without me asking anything. Danny Gross, Jerry Pleasance, thank you, both of you guys.
Love it.
Dropping me cash flow, like real stuff to help out. Yeah. And none of this is making Chris Camp rich. It's just helping pay the bills. Exactly. That's all it is for what we do. And they understand that. So as much as it is, I could sit up here and actually be confused, bewildered, and a little hurt by some of the folks that are so I'm also blown away, so humble, and my heart is so full from those folks that step up and they're like, dude, I'm all in on this. I want to help you. And I'm even going to share this stuff with other people. And I'm like, that, my friends, is what keeps me going.
And I'll add the positive too, between the Real Hernando and the rhythm section. A ton of people have gone the other direction and been so generous too. So don't get me wrong. But we're trying to prove a point here. The point was how you can get butthurt.
You can. And
it's easy to get butthurt.
And it's the mind, it's the mental health aspect. So that's where all this stems from. It's just the idea that it's easy to get down into the trenches and hard sometimes to see a path forward. But when we find a purpose in our life, or we find something that intrigues us or gives us hope, or it sparks enthusiasm, then the clouds lift for a moment. And I think that's the story of life. There's the yin and the yang. Mm-hmm. We're on another crossroads of our lives about the podcast, what we're going to do. But we've been here before. They're on other previous podcasts of us talking about, we don't know where we're going to go next, what's going to happen next. But that is the also kind of exciting part of life. And I do believe this, my friend. I say this on the air. I say this in front of anybody, dude. You're my brother. We're sticking this thing through. I don't care how it's got to look, what we've got to do. This is a tandem that will grow old together, like Drake and Zeke. People will look back and they'll be like Derrick and Camp. Those two guys right there, they stuck through all the tough times. They're going to be here forever. That, my friend, is real.
Right.
Now,
cool. All right. Thank you for listening.
Icy times are outside. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you get to experience any of the icy times outside?
Yeah.
Did you go out there and sled?
No, but I tried commuting in some of this stuff.
Oh, well, there's that. That's a different type of excitement.
But no snowmen. Because
you can't make snow out of this.
It's ice.
Look, dude, it is a sheet of ice. So if you are not from this exact area, we got 5 inches of sleet, which turned to a thick sheet of nothing but solid ice. When I walked out the next morning and stepped in it thinking it was going to be like snow and I was going to sink, I slid. I'm like, I've never seen slippery snow. Not like this.
Yeah, it's white snow. And then the streets get pacted.
Yes.
Which actually I prefer driving on.
Okay.
It's when it's in the middle of the day, the sun's out, it's 35 degrees, and it softens slushy. And it starts getting sloppy. Mm-hmm. And then that's when my little Corolla is like, that car is such a little tank. I can't say enough about my Toyota Corolla hatchback. Amazing vehicle. Amazing piece of machinery. And it's plowing through this stuff.
Yeah.
But boy, it just gets so messy. And that's when it's like, it's hard to go fast and then slide and get into an accident. But you, on the slightest little incline, if you don't have enough oomph and kind of speed behind you, I mean, I got stuck at the Sonic parking lot.
Oh, wow.
Here, I had to get out and kick snow and dig snow out from my front wheels.
Oh, geez.
So I can get a little bit of space to then jet forward and get over this little hump of ice I was on.
Let me ask you a question. How does this stuff compare to what you experienced in Maine? Because Maine has been known to get a snow shower or two.
Oh, yeah, but we have the tools.
Oh, so that's the bottom line.
It's scraped up, it's salted, and I stopped picking on the South. Look,
it's tough to invest all that money when you don't have that much.
Right? Yeah, of course. When I was, any Yankee that moves to the South laughs, oh my God, the city shuts down on an inch of snow. They're canceling school forever. But then you quickly learn, oh, that's right, because we have all the tools in the world.
Right.
I mean, we have mountains of dirt year round just waiting for the next winter season. It's there. Down here, y'all, if anyone's watching this that's up north laughing on us right now, stop.
It's a different animal.
It just turns into it just becomes a mess.
Yeah.
And you can't go anywhere. And commuting is extremely dangerous, and the highways close down and all this craziness. So
yeah, actually the interstate here in Mississippi on I-55 it was gridlocked for 50 miles is what I came across an article. It said 50 miles of no traffic moving. It was just bumper to bumper stuck.
Stuck overnight.
For hours, over a day.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I don't think it's still open. I came up here and I saw a car blocking.
Yeah, you can't go north.
Go north.
I think you can go up. This, no one cares about this, but I think you can get on like north of Nesbitt.
Yeah.
And then the Memphis looks great up there. It seems like, but
yeah, they are not going to understand why I don't come to work Monday. If some things don't change, I ain't gonna make it in. But I will say that as far as the snow/ice thing, there is something about it for us in the South. Anyways, I can't speak for everywhere, but when it comes, because it doesn't come that often and it doesn't stay that long, generally speaking, which is not a bad thing. Man, it brings a kid out in you.
Yeah.
You can't wait to get outside. And dude, I slid down this dang hill for probably 2 hours. I could barely move.
On the Ponderosa.
On the Ponderosa.
Yeah.
I was so tired.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
Beat up. Dude, and my abs were hurting. I've done so many sit-ups trying to get up off the ground. Yeah. You don't do that.
No, I mean,
52, we ain't doing that.
I mean, how often do you just decide, I'm going to lay down
and then get all the way back up
on a piece of plastic, push me down this hill.
Going 40 miles an hour.
Yeah. And it's not a normal thing.
It's not a normal
And then
thing.
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bing, you're going to do it all day.
All day long.
Yeah.
I was so tired, dude.
I used to love sledding when I was a kid, though. It was
It was a blast, man. It's so much fun.
But up north, again, though, we would get the tons of snow. So, like, sledding down a hill, you had powder and you had fluffy snow, and it's awesome.
Got a funny story about that. So, at one point near the end of the storm going through, it started snowing a good bit. So I'm thinking, okay, we'll have some snow on top of this stuff. So down here in the South, I told you about snow cream.
Yes.
How you get the snow, and then you put some vanilla and some sugar, and you make this into an ice cream from Manta from heaven. And so I go out after it's been doing this for a little while, and I have my 2 bowls that I'm going to scoop up the ice cream and have a plastic cup, and I go over to an area that's mound up so that you can get the clean stuff that's not been on the ground. And as soon as I hit my cup, I'm like, boys, it looks like we're doing slushies. We're going to be doing slushies today.
Yeah, you could break off a chunk.
Yeah, just do a slushy and put the stuff in the top, and then now you got a slushy.
Let it melt down.
Yeah.
You could melt it down, right?
But, then it's just water.
Yeah,
you just got to do slushy.
Yeah.
So we just went straight that way.
Went straight slush.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but I'm now ready for it to go.
Yeah, so
I need 2 days, not 5.
I know. And the cabin fever is not helping my situation either.
My daughter was tripping last night.
Yeah.
She's running in a circle. I got to go. I got to get out of here. Chick-fil-A. I need Chick-fil-A. I need Chick-fil-A. I'm like,
but going back to the fight or flight thing,
Yeah.
Right now I'm in flight mode or freeze mode. There's the freeze. There's flight.
That's true.
Fight, flight, freeze.
Yeah.
And I'm just on the couch sulking, watching just brain-numbing YouTube videos, Facebook reels, and eating garbage.
Yeah.
Not good for the mind, soul.
No,
None of it.
And that can make a person feel so sluggish, lethargic. Let me tell you,
I'm in a perfect storm. Pardon the pun. I need to laugh.
He said storm.
I said storm.
So there was a study done with rats. I told you about this. We said this a few episodes back, where this person built the perfect environment for rats. They didn't have to do anything. It was safe, shielded, and within 2 years, all the rats were dead. Mm-hmm. I think that plays to humans. Mm-hmm. We need the drive of getting up and going. Like if you had all the stuff you need at your house, let's just say you have 15 gallons of milk. I know that's a survival item. 27 loaves of bread and 2,000 dozen eggs. You can just sit there all day long and eat your eggs, drink your milk, because that's all people do in the South whenever there's snow. That's what you do. You're suddenly going to make an egg sandwich and you're going to drink milk with it, apparently, because that's where all the freaking supplies went. And you would be dead in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. COVID. That first 6 months was more damaging to me than when I actually eventually got a light bout of COVID. Because it was all the excuse I needed.
To shut
everyone's just saying,
down.
Keep it down, slow down, be chill. So I don't have to leave the house. And I did whatever I needed to do, and then I was on the couch. And I think that's where it started. And I think 6 years later, I've gained weight every year since. It's just constant, So
we'll do 2 push-ups today.
Okay.
That's what
all right.
We're going to up it a little bit.
All right.
Just a little bit.
All right. Now,
yes,
on the opposite end of this spectrum, as far as feeling lazy and lethargic and not fighting and everything, this fool named Alex.
Yes, Alex Hanauld
climbed this massive skyscraper with no assistance, no ties, ropes,
no safety harness, no parachute.
I didn't watch it. It was on Netflix.
Yes.
You did.
I did.
How did this thing work out?
Let me tell you something. So I became familiar with him. He had a Netflix show that came out, and he was the first person, I think still to this day, the only person to have they call it free soloing. When you climb an obstacle, that's another type of free soloing.
Getting your licks in.
You'll like this. Actually, the music he listens to is Tool.
Yeah, I saw that headline.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
He's got earbuds in, listening to music.
Yeah,
like we would going for a jog.
Exactly. So this guy, he free soloed El Capitan out in California, which is like this incredibly difficult to scale mountainside that the most experienced climbers struggle, and they're using ropes and stuff. He did it free soloed.
This is a precursor to the building.
Yes.
Okay.
So he had already done that. He'd already kind of made his fame in other areas, but that really put him on the map across the world, having done the only free solo of El Capitan. Well, come to find out, this is from the story that they tell, obviously, in the show. So he had dreamed of climbing a skyscraper. And over in Taiwan, they have that building, Taiwan 1, whatever it is, which is really, really tough. It's over 1,600 feet altogether.
How many stories is it?
101 stories, but over 1,600 feet all the way up to the very sphere at the very top, because they also have like things that jet up over the top of it. And so they give him permission to do this, which apparently, there's against the law to climb a building normally.
And what kind of insurance, how do you...
I don't know.
How do you... I mean, think of all the liability. There must have been a stack of NDAs or not NDAs, but releases and lawyers involved. So that way the owner of this building held no responsibility for this.
Well, I mean, look, hey, if the dude wants to climb the thing, he's a professional climber, they make this a big stunt, you got to sign something saying, I ain't going to hold y'all responsible. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're taking some risk here. So dude starts out climbing. It's just glass and it's window panes and all this other crap. And then he's got these obstacles he's got to climb up and over and around. And
because there's sections of the building where
wedge out.
Yeah.
And then he's got these ornate things. They call them dragons. They don't look like a dragon to me, but still. And he's got to climb out over the top of that and up over. And so look, here's the deal. So he's got thousands of people in the streets watching. Thousands. It is just lined up. All you see is a whole sea of heads across there. It's live on TV. So it's actually happening now. There probably was a delay just in case he fell.
Yes.
So that they would not capture that for the world.
Yes.
I would guess that would be responsible. They didn't say that. And then it's being broadcast. So millions of people across the world are watching this at the time. So this dude's climbing up. And then once he gets to a point, he's like in the 89th floor. There's all these people in the building going up to the windows, taking selfies. He's sitting there waving. He's like listening to his music.
Do not distract this man.
I mean, just climbing. The wind is whipping on him. And this is where the story is for me. So, Alex, if you're watching this, because I know you're probably becoming a fan now because we cannonball and you climb. I don't know. That's cannonballing in a different way. I want you to know how many times you were standing on the edge of something. You were like hanging with one leg while you're and then a hand, and you're dipping in your hand. You got some chalk back here. You chalking up and stuff. Dude, my heart was so fast. My sphincter.
It must have been hard to watch.
My sphincter was so tight.
Yeah.
And he would lean out and wave, and I'm like, back up! I'm screaming at the TV.
Yeah.
It's something about seeing somebody doing death-defying crap that makes you just choke. You just like, I'm like,
and if I'm not a huge fan of heights, so just imagining that. How long did it take them?
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
To free solo climb.
Yes.
This 1,600-foot building.
And then he gets at the very, so like, you got to go up this thing, and he's at the very top, and it's a sphere.
And he stands on it.
And he's just standing on it, just waving to the world, just taking selfies. And
what kind of feeling must he experience when he conquers that?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know, because
I'll never understand.
I'm saying this not being rude. His brain ain't wired right.
No, it can't be.
There's something that is missing, synapse. Electricity is not firing to an area of his head that should tell him, this is not good. We should not be doing this one.
Talk about fearlessness, right?
I don't even know. He says he's not fearless. It just makes him more aware. But, dude, I'm going to have to rival that a little bit. Your idea of what fear is not what my idea of fear is. You know, it's nauseating. And a person did describe it. They had a guy on there I thought was really cool. He was describing why people get that sense of disorientation. Like if you're up high and you start feeling woozy, like you're going to fall. He said because when you're on ground level or within proximity to something, your eyes adjust to the depth of something. And so when you move your head, move your eyes, the item moves with you. So your brain is adjusting to that. But when you're up high, the landscape doesn't move when you move. It stays stationary because it's so far in the distance.
It's a background.
So it makes you feel like you're off balance. And I'm like, that makes perfect sense.
Interesting.
And then immediately I went to my zoo knowledge. As you know, I'm a zoologist of sorts.
Yes, you are.
And I remembered reading about owls.
Okay.
Owls are one of the few animals whose eyes, they do not rotate.
Is that why they
do their head?
And that's why their head can pretty much
rotates all the way around just about. And then like if they're trying to see something in the distance, you'll see them doing this. They're centering in on something.
So their eyes do not
they don't rotate
side to side.
How you like that? And so maybe he's an owl. That's where I was going with all that. All along.
All of this.
Alex is an owl. That's all we got.
He's a maniac.
He is a maniac, man. That's wild stuff.
But yeah, I mean.
But all of that to be said, it does go back to the ice stuff, man. He's sitting here climbing this building, and I'm like, I'm 52. All right. So I have to pause and ponder. I have to take
pause and ponder.
Pause and ponder. I have to take second thoughts on stuff. Like when I'm out there sledding, I'm also looking around like, what is the most likely situation I'm going to find myself where something's broke? And now I'm stuck being broke for a minute.
Yeah.
So
I know all about that.
You know, well, not really, because you didn't take and pause and ponder.
No, I didn't. No pause and pondering.
You just went for, which I have done that as well. But it's like in this moment, I'm like, I'm trying to make sure this don't end poorly. And then, of course, I was still sore. But anyways, hey, did I tell you that I had a speaking event right before we went out of here?
Well, you mentioned that you did something at the county schools recently.
I did.
Yeah, and I saw a picture of you with the superintendent, Usselton, which has been on the show in the past.
Yes.
Good guy. He was at the old studio.
Yes, he was.
And I believe before video. So this is
I believe you're right as well.
Early on.
My early years, yeah. Which, of course, you remember me. And I got to tell you something. It is an interesting situation. So I come into this room, and I'm fully expecting, because it's Soda Cane Schools, that I'm going to see more than a dozen people I know.
Yeah.
I'm figuring there's going to be quite a few people in here that I'm familiar to.
Mm-hmm.
Usselton was the only one. I had never met anyone else in that room.
I mean, was it teachers? A blend of
It was a blend of teachers and parents and students.
So out of all the schools you've spoken to,
and well, that's not totally true. The core the choir director for Lake Cormorant. She was there, and I had met her before.
Okay.
But other than her, there was no one else in this room. It was pretty packed, over 100 people.
So how did this come to be? Did someone reach out to you?
Yes.
And was it Usselton?
No.
Okay.
It was the person setting up the community event. So Miss Tanya found her. She's the one who reached out to me. Yes. Thank you, Miss Tanya.
And then did Usselton know you were coming, or was it like, oh my God, you're speaking today?
I would say he knew I was coming because I was in the flyer.
Okay.
So he probably had to know. But it was funny because I get there and I don't know any of these people, and several of them are like they know me from the podcast. Cool. So in the audience, and
we love that.
They were really hype about my speaking. So then I tell them, I said, look, I hope that I have not and somehow found myself in a position I'm going to disappoint you.
Yeah.
So I was like, where am I going?
Don't build it up in your head too much.
Yeah, I know. It's like, really? I was like, I don't know what you're expecting. So that's also a hard mark to hit. It's like a moving target.
As you assess the situation, did you give yourself a governor on what level fire you're going to bring?
Great thing. Because I said that. I said, when I come into something, you got to figure a 9 to a 10. I'm trying to get you ready for the World Series. Yeah. And on a regular basis, I've been told to dial it to at least a 6 to see and feel out the crew. I said, but I'm getting some energy. So we're going to take this to about 7.5. I hope you're all ready for that. 6, 7. I actually did that too. And you saw all the students roll their eyes.
They're so over it.
It was simultaneous.
Us adults still find it funny.
Well, it's funnier now than it was then.
Because you kids hate it.
Because they don't like it. That's exactly it. If they still liked it, it would be good. Yeah. So anyways, I did throw that in there. And I ramped up. And then I took it up a notch, and then I took it up another notch, and then I threw in some personal stories. And my whole goal all along with anything is to connect with the crowd in a moment where I see everybody sit still and their eyes are locked, and it's like you could hear a pin drop. Mm-hmm. And they also are like on the edge of their seat wanting to know what happened next. And so I blended several personal stories with the whole premise of the point, which was to be a community-minded group so that we could work better together, et cetera. But the point that I love, though, is whenever I know I can take a real conversation that's not fabricated, and I'm not being something I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm being myself, telling the stories that I am, and I can feel the audience, with the emotion of maybe they're on the edge of tears. Now they're laughing, and
you're taking them for a ride.
And that's the goal, because I know it's the experience. And in the end, they'll remember very few things I said, but everybody will pick up a few things I said, and that'll be what they remember.
But they'll never forget you. And they'll never forget about you.
And that was the point, is that I hoped I had left an impression, and I did. And so that's where I was going with this. The person, Dr. Carol, that runs all this stuff, she come up to me and she's like, look, we have this incredible group of people across the state, and they meet somewhere near Jackson. It's in Flowood, Mississippi, near Jackson, Mississippi. And it's an annual conference, and she wants me to come down and speak. And so she's going to recommend me to the board.
There you go. That's why you never know who you're going to be in front of.
You never know. And what I thought of was that also means you can never have an off day. Well, it's not to say you can't, but you shouldn't have an off day, because you never know who's going to be in the area that you're going to impact. And so if you have an off day, maybe that moment and opportunity is missed. So try to bring it home. Yeah. Bring it home.
It kind of goes full circle to what we started the show with. It's like sometimes you just got to get up. You got to get up.
Got to get up.
And I'm telling myself that more than I'm trying to tell you, the audience.
Take the stand and 8 count, but get your tail back up.
Yeah, and to the music world, that's so key, is when you play, yes, you're playing to an audience, but if you're in a situation where there's other musicians on the stage that you might know a little but have never played with, you're playing for them as much as you are the audience, because you never know, someone across the stage might be like, oh, wow, that guy over there is good.
Absolutely.
And I think I might need him, or I know someone that's looking for a guitar player or drummer, and it just spreads that way. So you never know who you're going to.
That's what keeps me going a lot of times. Is if I feel like I'm in a rut myself, just what you're saying, I'm like, man, is anybody even paying attention?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, maybe the next one somebody will. And it's the same thing for you. Every time you get on that stage, you never know whose eye you'll catch.
That's how I landed this Pink Floyd band that I'm in, Pulse. It stemmed from being in front of certain people. And then a certain person, Seth Kirkendall specifically, the guitar player, when the band lost the bass player, he's like, I'm calling Derrick.
I'm going to ask you a question. I think I've asked you this before, so I apologize. I think I have, because now I'm starting to ask it in my head. And as I'm asking it in my head before it's coming out of my mouth, I'm like, I think I've asked you this, but I don't remember what the answer is. So I'm going to ask again. How old is Seth?
In his 30s.
I wonder if his dad's Milton Kirkendall. Kirkendall's not a very...
No, Steve Kirkendall. No, and they're from Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation, like I said.
Yeah.
Just can't remember how it went.
Yeah, that's right. We've had a Kirkendall on the show.
Milton Kirkendall, which was my principal back in the day and all that stuff.
Different.
Okay.
Different. But,
fair enough.
But amazing musician. Oh, incredible guitar player.
Yeah.
But thanks for letting me vent.
No, that's what this is all about.
We still have time.
I want to share something. Okay, good. Yeah, because I think that it's important for you to share people. They know that we're real. We're real people. Sometimes like they're AI. I had a person once tell me that. They're like, "You're AI." I'm like, "No, I'm not.
AI.
No, I'm not AI. No, I'm not. I promise. It's the oils I use."
There's so much AI slop, as they call it now, on reels.
It's horrible.
Some of it's hilarious, but
that part is if it's intended to be funny.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy with the ones that are trying to spin something and it's AI. It's like, bro.
But that's the scariest part.
That is scary.
There's going to be a time.
You're not going to know.
Very soon. Sooner than people are willing to admit.
I agree.
Some AI will be undistinguishable. And when they try to stage an ICE event, not to try to get political here, and not saying a storm, but the stuff that's going on in Minnesota.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, have you ever seen the movie Wag the Dog?
No, but I know what movie you're talking about. I've never seen it yet.
Yeah, and it's just that. It's a Hollywood director played by the guy that played Tootsie. What actor is that?
I'm going to go with Danny DeVito.
No. The premise of the story is the government hires this guy to create a war.
Oh.
As a way to spin so the government gets what they want, right?
Oh, that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Type of crap.
Yeah,
you know. So this AI stuff can be dangerous. We're not going down that rabbit hole, but you were going somewhere with this.
Yeah, I don't know where I was at.
Sorry, dang it.
Yeah, but no, the AI stuff, though, it is kind of tricky. But now I don't know where I was or how I was doing it, but I do want to mention this before we get out of here.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I squirreled you.
It was a fun story.
And I wish I had.
I was invested. That's why I forgot what I was saying.
I wish I had Alicia's other sound.
Can you quit flinging that nasty fly?
The other one is like, get to the point already.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to say, though, before we got off here today, because we were venting, I think, as a big part of it. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I think that's necessary. And then people thought we were AI. That's where we were. So I was able to remember that in 5 seconds. Okay.
No, I'm literally this fat.
Oh, I don't think you're fat. I just think you're hefty. You're a husky. You're a husky. Isn't that what they used to say? Dude. You're a husky.
Pause. I'm sorry. Write down where you were going to go so we don't forget. But
got it. Zach's car.
I grew up.
Yeah.
Getting clothes from Sears Roebuck catalog.
The husky.
And the pants were husky.
Yeah.
Like that was the chapter in the book.
I say this because I know.
I was the Huskies page.
I know about that now. Yeah. Not as a kid. As a kid, I looked like somebody had left me in a barn and nobody fed me. I was anorexic looking, and I ain't making fun of anorexia. I'm saying I was bone. Like you could see my elbow sticking out. It was like, it was bad. No. But now I'm the Clydesdale. Whenever I run races, I have to sign up in the Clydesdale division. That's a little bit of a slap in the face.
Old and fat?
Yeah, old and fat. I'm the Masters Clydesdale. What are we doing?
Yeah,
that's
the,
all right.
The Clydesdales are so distinguished.
They are. That's what I like to think about.
Powerful.
And that's where I'm coming from. I'm like, this Clydesdale will cross that finish line. Wait and see. Just keep waiting, though, because it's going to take a minute. But I'm going to get there.
I might be the last one.
And that's happened.
But I will be
recently. There. My last one I just did.
Okay.
Right, so back to the story. Got Zach a car.
Oh, that's right, because his transmission went, right?
His transmission went out on the other car. Now, this is the interesting part of this. So I am not impulsive, but I am decisive. I'm going with that.
Okay.
People would argue the opposite, but I'm going with I am decisive. So I tell Zach, I'm like, dude, he's working nights at the jail. And so he's coming in, he's tired. I said, I need you to stay up. We got to handle some stuff. We got to get rid of your car, the one that's broken, that's too expensive to fix. We got to get you another car. He's a little bit complaining because he wants to sleep. I'm like, dude, stay up. Deal with it. We go up to the place where the transmission place is, and there's a scrapper dude that's going to come over and pick this up. He offers us a fraction of money. I'm like, let's put it on Facebook Marketplace. And let's just tell everybody that the transmission's broke, and we'll put it at a certain price, and we'll take that or best offer. And which we did. And it's almost 3 times what the scrapper dude was going to pay.
Good deal.
Now, that transpires within 12 to 15 hours of us putting it on Facebook. So in the meantime, I go on Facebook Marketplace, and I Google search cars within a certain price line. Sorry, I know it's getting a little boring. I'm going to get there fast.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm going to get to the point. And
I'm not yawning.
I didn't want to go to Memphis. I didn't want to go to Batesville. I want to stay here. And this is like on the cusp. This is the day before Ice Storm 2026 hits. So this is right on the edge. And this lady responds, and she has a Volkswagen Jetta in Olive Branch.
Okay.
And so I said, all right, I'm going to come look at it. So she wasn't even at her house.
What year was it?
2017.
Nice. Okay. Not
So
too bad.
drive up there, and I told Zach, look, I'm not a mechanic. I said, I can look at an engine, see if it looks like it should be an engine. I can drive it. I know how to crank, and I know how to drive.
Yeah.
So we go up there, we get this car. He cranks it. We drive down the street. We drive back. I tell the lady, we'll take it for this price. It was listed for, I don't want to say prices. It was listed for a certain price. I said, we'll take it at this price, a little lower.
Best offer.
Best offer. They agree. Good. So the girl's at work at a nail salon. So she comes to the place. Now, first of all, first thing I'm thinking, I'm sharing some stuff because I want people out there to understand that I appreciate this, but I wish it wasn't true that she did this. She's way too trusting, this young girl. She's probably late 20s. She sends me, I realized this afterwards. She sends me to her actual house to look at a car where her mom is watching her child while she's at work. I don't recommend that for anybody.
Right.
I am a great person,
but you don't
know that that's me coming. It could be somebody else that's not a great person. I'm just saying that was scary to me. I'm like, after I get there, I'm like, I'm telling Zach these things. And so this is what I'm sharing. It's almost a public service announcement plus interesting story. So to me. And so I'm like, that was scary. So then I'm like, all right, well, we're going to go to our bank and we're going to get some money. And we'll meet you back at she was coming to get the car and meet us back at her nail salon in South Haven. So I go get the money from the bank, cash money. Drive over there because I have money savings. So I'm going to get this cash. Zach going to pay me back. That way he ain't got to go through a bank. We ain't got to do all those other 9,000 hoops.
Yeah, but there is daddy interest, right? Maybe?
No, I just need him to pay me back every penny. That's all. And I am very interested in getting that money back.
That's the interest.
That's the interest I have. So we get to the nail salon. She shows up and we're doing the paperwork and stuff. And so, at the bank, they hand you the cash and it's in an envelope. So I hand it to her. And I said, you can go ahead, you can count it. She's like, oh, I trust you. Second, no, I'm just, people.
Should have counted.
I wanted to take her to the back room and be like, well, who's your daddy?
That could be taken a different way.
It's not, I'm going in the right direction with this. Trust me. Stay on board for a minute. Stay on board for a minute. I want to be like, who is raising you? Because I got news for you. That was not where I was going, trust me. But I'm like, there is a point of I appreciate the trust level, but then there's a part of, dude, we don't live in that world. We do not live in that world. You need to take precautions at all times because, you got lucky with me, but I could have been some wacko. I could have been some wacko out here. Don't do that. I wanted it, but I just didn't go down too much of a road. But I'm like, you should probably still count it.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure because at the end of the day, man, people get taken advantage of all the time out there. And it's sad because I appreciate the honesty of her and the trust, but at the same time, I don't like it. But he got a nice car.
Good.
And this is where I'm going with this. It's an interesting, fun part for me. He gets his car. He drives it from that place to my house. The very next day, Snowmageddon hits. He hasn't driven it since.
He can't enjoy his new toy. He hasn't
moved that thing yet. So it's in the same exact spot that it was. And he's been having to get rides to work. So.
Oh, man. He's still got to go to work. He's an essential worker.
He's an essential worker. And thankfully, they do send a car out to get him. So
cool.
Well, I mean, like I could have probably done it in our Jeep, but.
Yeah. Well, your truck's 4-wheel drive, too.
It is. Do you know my driveway? My driveway, like,
yeah. Up north, people that have trucks will put sandbags in the back to weight it down.
That's smart.
Because that's part of the problem with a truck is it's light in the rear end.
Yes.
So you got 4-wheel drive, but it's light. So, but that's what they do. They weight it down.
Yeah. My dad used to put chains on the tires.
Yep.
So
we up north, you can buy studded tires.
Oh yeah, snow tires. Yeah. Yep. So all those things help. I just was like, you know what? They offer the ride. Take the ride. Take the ride.
Yeah.
It's less risk for everybody.
Go get some work.
Yeah.
I had a Jetta years ago. It was I can't even remember what year it was. I had it in 2013. I bought it off my supervisor at the time when I was working at Pfizer. And $1,000. I had a wiring issue, so sometimes it wouldn't want to start. But when it did start, solid little car. That 5-speed.
His is automatic. That was
super tight clutch and trans. Those Jettas are are built for that. Everything else goes wrong with them, though. But the drivetrain is awesome.
It's German, too. So I told him, I said, if anything breaks on this thing, it might cost a little more than the average thing just because of that. But hopefully it'll last him for a good long while. And,
headlight. Oh, how much is the headlight to replace? $1,000.
Yeah, so we got to
never
port
know
that
what you're
over.
gonna
It's going to
get.
be made with German engineering while they're drinking beer.
Right. These people that buy like Mercedes and Jaguars and all these high-end vehicles don't take in consideration that a little maintenance job on my Toyota that would cost $400 for them is like $4,000.
Yeah, that's the flip to the.
But they have the money for it. That's why they have the Jaguar.
Let me tell you something,
right?
though. Zach does not have the money for German engineering, so we're going to need that to run for a good long while.
Yes.
So anyways, man, hey, look, I've enjoyed being able to get back together. It's better than sitting in the house all day long eating garbage.
Well, today started and ended.
Cannonball! Let's go! Hey, it started fire. I came in hot.
What's it gonna do?
I did. Came in hot as a mama jumma. Bumpa.
So back to the world of cabin fever isolation.
Yeah, probably so.
And me, LaShawn, my mom, her boyfriend Joe, Skylar, we're all going to go to Memphis tonight to the Playground in the Square. It's a theater. And go see us play, that's canceled.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's canceled. We're supposed to do that. So that's a bummer.
I'm going to go home and make some ice balls and throw them at people.
Make some ice balls.
That's what I'm going to do. Just gonna pelt them.
Oh, my God. Yeah, those would hurt.
Yeah.
You know those ice molds where you can make the round ice balls for like whiskey drinks?
That's
and
right,
stuff?
yeah.
That's what you should.
The mule, yes.
There you go.
Scoop it, ready to go. Just like a elf. Real fast. Just like he did really quick. Hey, look, man, I know one thing. I don't know how much longer we'll be here, but I'm glad we're here right now. SRP Studios LLC.com.
That's right. MotivateWithCoachCamp.com.
That's us. And then if you still want to email us, even if we're not in studio at some point, you can do that at
Cannonballing at gmail.com.
Hey, in honor of you, no hat day. No hat day.
That's right. That's a very rare situation.
Flowing it over, baby. Flowing it over.
Yeah, you still have a good full head of hair, man.
Pretty full. Decently full.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's because I'm always listening to Positive Voices over on Facebook. Go ahead and join it.
Is that why I'm bald? Because I'm so negative?
Well, you just haven't read it enough times. But you know what? Let some people go over to my Motivated Coach Camp on Venmo, drop $1 or $2. And that'll make things better.
That way
as
I can
well.
get some hair implants.
Oh, that'll be beautiful. And wrap.
See you guys.
Holla.